Anybody traveling?
No, I said I don't travel in summer. I can't stand tourists. So
Oh.
my favorite. Yes. So my favorite time. Yeah. So I like to, when I go on vacation, is either last week of April, first week of May, or last week of September, first week of October. Those are my favorite times to be out because the crazies are not there anymore. So,
it's a beautiful time actually to travel.
yes, yeah.
It is.
I love traveling in late September, early October. Beautiful time to travel.
The reason I brought it up is because, you know, as an artist, you should always have like at least some kind of a contact card, a business card on you. And if you have an image on your card, that's even better. But every time you get into, it seems like when you're traveling, you're more at ease, and, you know, you go out for dinner and you strike a conversation up with somebody next to you, or you meet somebody and stuff. And being an artist is really an interesting profession because I don't know what the numbers are, but I bet there's, you know, 1 out of every 50,000 people are an artist, right? I mean, I can't paint worth beans. I mean, Kelly is way better than me. We took a cruise on a boat and they had the watercolor class and we did a squid. What did we do? No, a jellyfish.
Jellyfish.
Yeah. My jellyfish's name was Jeff. And and it took me about 5 minutes and Kelly forever. And she did, hers was really, really good. I was really impressed. But anyway, you know, the point is it's a unique profession, and you should, those are times where you can meet people, you know, and hand out your card and strike up a relationship with people. And Linda, as you're traveling to Santa Fe, invite them with tickets and things like that. Those are the conversations you get into where, you know, you can also meet new clients. People enjoy talking to artists because it is such a unique profession. And I know that firsthand, not because I'm an artist. When somebody says to me, if we're out anywhere and they go, what do you do? Oh, we produce art fairs. We own a company that, oh my God. I mean, that's just such a weird thing, right? And then they want to know more. It's the same thing when you're an art. Oh, what do you paint? It's the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, what do you paint? And you should have something with you all the time. I bet.
Or you say, I don't paint, I push a button.
Well, whatever. You get. You're a photographer.
And that's very intriguing, right? It's like, what?
You know, you still are capturing something, Linda. And there's a couple of guys I follow on Instagram that they're outdoor photographers, and they're kind of like that guy you like on Yellowstone, Kelly, the guy with the beard that married the Indian girl, you know, kind of good looking 30-year-old guy. They're kind of like that, but they'll
Luke
go
Grimes.
out.
Casey?
His name, yeah, Luke Grimes. That's his name.
Okay. They'll go out, and yesterday I saw one where this kid, he spent 2 hours waiting for an elk, and it had a huge rack on it to wake up, and in the background was this golden sun and trees and mountains, and he tells this whole story, and he builds up a little anticipation for 30 seconds about the story, and then he shows you the photograph, right? And these guys make a living selling their pieces that way. You can do the same thing with your art. It's,
yes.
I had this inspiration, you know, my partner and I were out, whatever, we were in New York, and we looked down the street, and it was that time of the year where the sun hits between the buildings and blah, blah, blah. And I painted it, you know, and here's the image. You can do the same type of thing. That's relating back to that story thing. So
I was being silly. That's my way. I don't know. I get a little snarky.
It's all right. It can be intriguing, right? What you want to, you know, your response, you know, gets a comeback, right?
Yes.
It's like,
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So does anybody have any issues, questions? anything that's going on with their painting profession or photography profession that they need any answers to that maybe we can help with?
I don't have an issue, but I have an exciting announcement. The American Art Collector magazine portrayed one of my paintings in the July issue on the art of the nude. So,
Right.
yeah, so if you look at that, is the Shagati. Yeah, and it's funny because I don't paint nudes. That's the only one that I have done. And I did it in January. I was feeling very sick, so I was, vulnerable, and I felt naked, my soul, and so I painted nude, and they portrayed it in July. So, and I will be showing that in San Diego at the Art San Diego with you guys in November, so you can see it there.
Well, that was a story right there. There's your Instagram post.
Oh, yes, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I post, I do all that. I post, and I haven't, created a cell, but I constantly post.
Well, you'll sell it. How big is the piece?
It's a 36 by 36 oil on canvas.
And how much is it?
8,200.
Good price. I hope you get it.
I hope so too. So we'll see.
And remember, if somebody offers you 7,000, take it, because you can always paint more.
Of course, yeah. So yeah, when I advertise, I always say that I'm open to offers. So
good.
So we did give you an assignment last time. Those of you who were on the call to Hannah, why don't you go over that real quick?
Yeah, so we wanted you guys to make a reel, and if anyone did, you can feel free to let us know, or if you ran into any roadblocks, feel free to ask questions and I can help out.
I did the reel following Linda's, so I had a private call with Linda, and she suggested that in honor of the Bienal Arte Venezia, since I have so many cityscapes of Venice, to offer a 20% off. So I did a reel with all the Venice paintings showing the 20% off, and I'm running that ads in Instagram, one state at a time, selecting the most affluent cities of that state. So I just did California, Florida, next one will be Massachusetts, and then Illinois, because Chicago is such an important art center.
Great, amazing. Anyone else struggles or success stories?
I always struggle with reels. I never know I've done this long enough. I should know what to say, but I never know how to get it out there and make it look so that I don't look stupid.
You don't look stupid. I was actually thinking when you were telling the story about the guy doing, capturing the elk in the morning. I've seen a lot of trends on Instagram where people do the moment versus the shot, which would apply to you perfectly, taking a video of the moment and then showing the shot. Just, you don't have to speak to the camera. You can show, a video of yourself, and add some music. I think just practice making a bunch of them and you'll find one that lands. And then once you consistently start posting them, it gets easier and easier.
I'm sure it does. And the thing is, when I'm out shooting, I don't often think of doing the background shot, if you will, or a video of the area I'm shooting. And here's what I'm thinking, and here's what I came up with. Because I often don't have a particular idea in mind when I'm photographing. I'm out and the scenery speaks to me or whatever. But so I have to start doing that in order to do that kind of a reel. If that makes sense.
Yeah, even just setting up your phone and letting it record and then going back and you can speed it up. I used to work at an agency and I handled a bunch of different influencers, and this is when Reels started getting really big on Instagram, and I hated editing video content so much. It was like this roadblock in front of me that I just couldn't get over. And then once I started doing it, I love editing Reels now. I think it's so fun. I like to just scroll Instagram and see other Reels that people post, and I save a bunch of them and use them for the future. And once you start, I promise it'll get easier. And you'll also get into the habit of starting to just prop up your phone, even if you're a painter and you just prop up your phone and record yourself painting and you speed it up and then you show the final product. That right there is engaging and it's exciting for a viewer to watch.
Mm-hmm. People like to watch the process.
They do. They
Yep.
do.
So
I
if you
will
want to,
try.
if you want to see something really interesting, Linda, I want you to reach behind you and get your water glass again. Go ahead. Right out of the Pacific Ocean. Takes a drink. Then she puts it back in the Pacific Ocean. I noticed that before. Next time I want you to fill it up with wine and then show everybody how the Pacific Ocean is really full.
I'll do that.
Oh, that's water into wine, right?
Water into wine, yes. Scoop it up out of the bay.
All right, Hannah, is there any, do they have a lesson for next week or something to do?
Yeah, I say make another reel. I mean, practice makes perfect, and
Yeah.
kind of challenges you. It really does not have to take a long time. I've made reels in, 30 seconds before. It's just, it should be fun too. And if you find, maybe this one style isn't working for you, take a bunch of photos you have and piece them together with music. That's a really easy way to put content out.
And on our next call, I want to see some. So at least 4. So not from each person, by all means. But Hannah, if you could collect 4 wheels and then get them ready, reels, so we could all view them. I think it would help everybody in a major way. So, instead of just talking, we get a visual on something, which would be fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll definitely do some in actually. Yeah, the next call will be after Art Santa Fe. So we could make some at Art Santa Fe and then show those also on the next call that we have.
Yeah. And when you make it, will you all just send me an email so it doesn't get lost in, the ether of the internet?
Yeah. And you know how to get Hannah's email.
Mm-hmm.
Hannah spelled the same way, forward and backwards.
At redwoodartgroup.com.
At redwoodartgroup.com, right?
That's the name of my Sherman Shepherd. I have a Sherman Shepherd and I named her Hannah.
A German Shepherd?
Yeah, I have my Sherman Shepherd and I named her Hannah because it was, do you want the story of why? It has nothing to do with art. So so besides being an artist, I have a master's degree in strategic intelligence, and I designed the first cyber defense course for the Navy SEALs, what I taught for 17 years. So one of the SEALs was calling me Hannah because of the movie, that badass girl, Hannah. So that was my nickname with the SEALs. So when someone told me that they were going to put the Sherman Shepherd to sleep, they found her, they were going to kill her last year. And I says, no, absolutely not. So I adopted her. She didn't have a name. So I says, well, she's going to be my Hannah, my badass Sherman Shepherd, in honor of the team guys. So that's why she's called Hannah. And I adore her.
That's great.
Love it.
Well, Hannah got a new dog too. It's enormous.
She's like,
what did you get?
We got a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel.
Yeah.
Those are adorable. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can put them under your arm and take him everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are adorable. Yeah, very cute.
Yeah.
I've seen the pictures you put up of her. She is precious.
I made her an Instagram account full of reels if you want to see more reel content.
Oh, cool.
That's funny.
Yeah, she's cute.
All right, everybody. We'll talk in a month.
All right. Thanks for joining. See you.
Have a great time. Thank you. Ciao,
See
ciao.
you.
Bye.